Welcome back, guys. So today we are working on the Freightliner Cascadia again, and what's the problem with it is it has a starting issues. So when you turn your key, you'll do click 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 click, and sometimes it'll take a minute, sometimes it'll take 10-15 minutes where it can actually grab. So I think it's the starter. I got a new starter, so let's go ahead and jump on it and get it replaced. I won't say it's really hard work, it's just uncomfortable because the way the DD15 starter is between the block and the frame, it's really hard to get to it, but with a little bit of effort we can get it done. So let's get to work. So here's the starter. There's this thing over here. I mean, all that, the wires, it's pretty big. It goes all the way to the block up there. Let's try go ahead and get this thing off here. First things is first, before you start messing with the starter with any kind of wiring on the truck, what we need to do is come over here, take this step off, and it's gonna be different on Cascadias that has the plastic covers on the bottom. This is a naked truck, so all I have is aluminum step over here. I'm gonna take this off. Take this battery thing off, cover, and here are the batteries. So what we need to do is, you guys see these main wires coming from the back there, from here. We need to go ahead and unplug all the positive wires, because if you unplug only negative wires and you touch the starter and you touch the frame, when you start to take off the starter and you'll touch the frame with your ratchet, because you will have a positive hooked up, you are connecting the negative up there, and it will spark off, and you know, it can burn your fuses or even some kind of sensors, you never know. So we need to unplug all the positive wires. So there'll be it'll be this one over here, this one over here, and I will go ahead and unplug. So all these three right here, because this one's going to the some kind of sort of computer. This one, that one, that one. This is small impact range, this is medium, this is large. So we got some tools out. We need some sockets. We got, well, this is extra. And, well, keep this. Yeah, here's the starter. This sucker is big. It's like a whole motor for a Honda Civic, man. Look at it. It's heavy too. We got some wrenches, and I think we need only one positive screwdriver. So let's get it out and get ready to work. All right, guys, so we are underneath the truck. So we need to break these wires loose, unhook these wires over here. And here are the bolts. So that's one bolt for the starter, and there is another one right here. You can see it. There's another one, and there, oh shoot, I almost dropped the phone on me. And there should be another one somewhere over there. I know it's hard, really hard to get to it, but it's somewhere there. That's the hardest one. It's someone right there, pretty much. You can't really see it. Probably the best way to get it from the top, but these bottom two, we'll get them from the bottom. And let's go ahead and get all these wires off. So we got this main nut over here. That's gonna be your grounds, and then the positive one is going up there. But first, let's go ahead and unplug the batteries. Oh boy. Not to touch any ground side, any metal when you're trying to undo your positive wires, because it will ground off. Well, that's not necessary. Let's get this on here. Alright, so I'm gonna lift this up and put something on top of here, like between these, so it won't touch, like a big old piece of foam or cloth or something. So we'll put this glove over here right above these things and let it rest on top. That's not gonna be touching any connections. I will probably take off the two main ground ones, also the negative ones, just in case. I'll take this one off in the corner over here. So I'll unplug this one over here. I was gonna do just the positive ones, but I did all the main negative ones also. So it's be this one. All the positives are over here. These, they just connecting the batteries together, so you don't have to worry about these. Just unplug the main ones, then I unplug the back one. I put a rubber mat between us so it won't touch it. And there's one more over here. That's main negative one also. So I got 0 power going from the batteries to the starter or anywhere else. Before you unplug the batteries, I would suggest to go ahead and turn this off. Almost any Cascadia would have those kill switches. So turn this off and then do your batteries. So before you do start taking out the wires on your starter, it's better to look on your new starter that you have on hand, and it sits in your truck just like this. So this relay or whatever, this thing over here, it'll be straight up. So the other wires they need to take off is going to be a very tiny wire that will connect over here on top of the starter, and then hold this in place, Eric. And then you can obviously tell this one over here, you don't have to mess with it at all over here on the bottom. So all you need to do is unplug your positive one over here and negative one over here. On my Cascadia, I don't know, this thing just stays empty. I don't know, I'm not really sure what this is for, but my wire ain't nothing plugged into my starter over here, and it's been working just fine for many years. So it's maybe some kind of options different Cascadias might have, but mine, maybe it's a newer Cascadias, I don't know, but I have nothing plugged in here. So the 3 things you gotta unplug: the negative, positive, and a small tiny wire over here on the top. And then you can go ahead and unscrew your starter from all these bolts. This bolt over here is going to be the hardest one because you can't see it from the bottom or from the top, so it's kind of like a guesswork how you're going to be taking this thing off. Guys, it's going to be hard to see here, but I got this nut loose, so let's get it off. This is the positive wire. There's one. Then to pull this out, so I'm trying to pull it out, and this wire, this tiny one on top, it goes over here. You guys see it right there? I need to take this off before you can, I need to unscrew it and take it off before you can pull this off, because it's zipped over here. It's zip tied to mine and I can't get it off. So it's always a good idea when you need to switch between sockets, you test fit it here, the way I don't have to run. Oops. That way you don't have to run back and forth to switch out your socket. So this is going to be a 5/16 over here on top. We use a small ratchet for this. Let's go ahead and take it off. It's gonna be that nut or this bolt or screw right over there. It's a very tiny one. So I got that top wire off, as you see. I got this wire out of the way. Now we need to get to this big nut over here and get all these main negative wires out of the way. So this is the ground. This one's going to your truck, so get this off. Let's put it to the bottom. Then you got this tiny wire. This needs to come off. Then you got this main wire. That needs to come off. And another wire over here needs to come off also. Okay, this is off. So now we're pretty much ready to go ahead and take these get these nuts loose over there. There's one right it's hard to show, but right over here. There's one of them. There's one on the other side, and there's one behind there somewhere. So if you guys have these wire clamps, go ahead and remove them. There's two here and there's one over here, so you can drop everything down here lower, so it won't be in the way over here working on the starter. So let's use let me see what size this is. We got 7/16. That's too small, probably 1/2 inch. Yep. So yeah, 1/2 inch. Take them off. Hard to record, but I am doing the best I can. There you go. See, I broke it off. I have to go to this one broke off. I'll go to a dealer, get me the new ones. Alright guys, so I couldn't get these off. They just broke off. And to get them replaced, you would have to buy new clamps like this. And this bracket behind it that's bolted in here. And it goes all the way across over here. And everything attaches to it. So I'm gonna leave it alone. I'll try to get her out the way it is. Let's see what we got here for the nut size. What do we got here? 3/4, so let's go a little bit smaller because it has some wobble in it. 5/8, 11/16. Let's do this. Sorry guys, can't record. So I guess 3/4 goes in here. Has a little wobble to it, but it might work. Let's try to get her off. So I got this knot off over here, and I got this knot off right there, and we got one more somewhere over there. Let me see if I can get to it, man. I can't even see it. Okay guys, so I do see it. Let me see if I can. Right there, you guys see it? It's hard. It's right there to the right, so you need to have a bunch of extensions to come out this way, like through here, and go all the way behind the starter up there. And you probably gotta have a swivel adapter where it does the swivel. So let's try get that thing off, and the starter should be able to come off. So in order to be able to reach that from here, that's what I had to come up with. A bunch of extensions. See if I can record this good. So a bunch of extensions with a swivel end, which will make swivel motion if you go with the angle. So let's get in there. And by the way, the starter 3 nuts are 18 millimeters or whatever. It's not the 3/4. 3/4 is kind of loose, so this thing being so long and it's loose here, it's hard to control it. So this thing fits nice and snug. So let's put it in there, give it a tap and see what happens. I don't know if it's gonna fit in here. Yeah, it doesn't wanna fit. Okay. So this impact didn't work. It wasn't strong enough because the big one I couldn't get through here. So I used this jack pipe with a long extension. I got 3 long ones, 2 short ones, and a swivel. So I finally broke it loose. Let's get it off. Okay, and it is off. Let's go underneath and see if you can pull the starter out. So there you have it, guys. Got this sucker out, man. It's hard, not that easy to slide it between the frame, but I really had to when I took all these 3 bolts off or nuts, it wouldn't come loose, so I had to tap it with a big sledgehammer, kind of get it loose. So it came off, dropping down through there, fell on the frame, then I had to kind of wiggle it out. But yeah, this is it. Let's put this thing back on there, get everything connected, and see if I know what I'm doing. That wasn't easy. Alright guys, so it wasn't easy, but we got a new starter in place. All the nuts are tied, even the one behind there. Now we need to do the wires and go ahead, try to start this thing, see what happens. All right, so we are putting the top wires in. See, these over here, 2 of them, one on the bottom, one on top. Right here, 2 wires. Now on my Cascadia, the 2 top ones, which is positive, they will have 90-degree bend on both wires. That's the way it's easy to tell which one goes to positive. All the bottom ones, which is all the bottom ones over there, See how they straight? And these are 90 elbow. These are positive, the straight ones is negative. So before I will screw the knot in, I put this stuff in here. I'll put it inside the knot. Sorry guys, hard to record. I'll put it inside the knot, really heavy, and or I'll put it up there on the bolt itself and screw it in. That should keep it all the moisture out and all that. These wires are in. Now we need to connect our small wire. It goes right there on this. See if I can get it off. All right, so we got the top small wire in, all these positive in. So now let's go on the bottom, hook up all the negative ones over here, and see if anything needs to be zip tied off, and that'll be it. All right, so we got the top done, like I said. So let's get this nut off over here. That's not off. Now I had ground number 1 that's running from the back, from the front of the starter. Then I had this ground over here that's going to the alternator, and then this tiny small wire, and the main one that's going to the batteries. Let's put it in there too. That's it. Screw it in. Okay, so I think this is it, man. All right guys, the starter is in, all the wire is back in place, all the clamps back in place. There's one knot, 2 knot over here, you can barely see it, one behind there. All the wiring is in place, good and tight. So all we need to do now is connect connect the batteries, and we will be good to go. This one went over here. Alright guys, all the wires are in place now. So let's go ahead and cover them up. And I guess, moment of truth. Let's see, what did I do with my keys? Here it is. Let's get this thing started. that's it, guys. That's how you replace a starter. Took me about an hour and a half. Now I need to clean up the tools and be done. So why I replaced the starter? One day it just started. You'll turn the key over, it'll click, and it starts next time. Then it got worse and worse and worse. It got to the point sometimes I couldn't get it to start for like 5-10 minutes. He'll be just clicking, and then it grabs. That told me that the starter is going bad, or the thing that comes out and starts it. I tried to start it with the screwdrivers, and it does the same clicking noise, so that told me that thing is shot. So I just went to the dealer, got the starter. It was like $500. Then when they returned the core, it's $180 core, so ain't that bad. It's like $320 for the starter. So there you have it, guys. 2012 Freightliner Cascadia, starter of the place. Stay safe up there. Please, guys, like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. And I'll see you next time.